Hello, it's Big Chads, and this is the Trading Encyclopedia Daily Education series on my YouTube at Chads Trading. You can find me on Twitter at Big Chads and Bitcoin Live, where I'm a founding analyst. For today's video, we're going to take a look at a selection from my fourth book, The Trading Journal, Trading Wisdom Part 2. It's why you should use a journal, how to define your trading setups, how they're going to fail, emotional management, good trader habits, and more. So let's go ahead and take a look at a selection. And what I'm doing, again, I'm making the whole book free. And what I'm doing is I'm looking at, the different trading, sample trading journal entries. And here we have one called EPSILON, and it's a spring. So earlier in the book, I explained different trading theses. One of them is a spring. I talk about where it might fail and how to define it. And here's one sample trade that uses this technique. So the thesis, EPSILON, it's one of my favorite plays, and I've been watching it closely. The price has just tested a major support level at $10 and then immediately lost it. I have dropped to the 4-hour to study structure, and it looks as if the price is going to recapture that level, representing a spring. A few things in here. It talks about a major support level, so that means it's a well-defined level, multiple time points, time interval, price distance, just a well-defined level. And the price lost it. Now, this individual is looking for a spring because a false breakdown is a very good type of a trade entry. And they're using classical charting technique by dropping to a lower time frame, like a 4-hour, when the price is at a key level. It looked like it's going to recapture the level, and that would be a spring, and that's the thesis, that's the idea. If the price does not capture that level, the idea will have failed. This individual believes that momentum will reverse and the price will rejoin the larger trend. And if it can't break and hold that level, then there's no reason to hold the position. This is a very clearly defined trading idea. Profit plan. I think the price has a really good chance to retest May's peak around $12.50. So we talked about the $10 level and a general idea that it can probably get to around $12.50, and that's somewhere around the upper Bollinger Band on daily. A lot of times you see the price oscillate between the lower and the upper Bollinger Band. When the price approaches that area, this individual is dropping to a lower time frame. That is standard technique. Do not plan to sell any until they see weakness. We'll see it. That may or may not be okay, but that's reasonable as long as you're watching the trade and you're willing to adapt. Mindfulness. You always want to challenge yourself. How am I feeling? What am I thinking? I'm feeling pretty good, but I don't think I'm overconfident. I still remember some recent mistakes, so I want to be careful. This is good. Being careful, being mindful. End result. The spring thesis played out nicely. I split up my entries, and after a minor consolidation, the price did a throwback, and I completed my position, and the price began to bounce. There was just a little bit of resistance, and then it continued all the way to $14.50, not $12.50. There, I took some profit, and I will hold on and ride the rest while riding the trend. So, split up the entries, essentially took a little bit right at the major level, maybe took a little bit more, as it looked to be recapturing it, and maybe even added to the position on the throwback or the bullish retest. So splitting up your entries is a very nice way to do it. You scale into your position. Originally planned to sell at $12.50, but there was really no resistance. And so this individual held the trade all the way to the $14.50 range and still is holding some. Sold a good amount, but still holding a position, relatively risk-free. Lessons learned. I'm glad that I scaled into my position. That's critical. And did not panic after the throwback. Very often you get a throwback. So you'd break out of that level, you get the spring, and then it comes back and retests it from above. And the retest of the support from above allowed this individual to properly size their position by scaling in. So this is a sample trading journal entry, and this is how you might fill it out. This is the thesis, and this is for my book, The Trading Journal, Trading Wisdom Part 2, and this is for the Trading Encyclopedia Daily Education playlist on my YouTube at Chads Trading. You can find me on Twitter at Big Chads and Bitcoin Live, where I'm a founding analyst. Folks, thank you, and I'll talk to you soon. Big Chads out.